forgot you gotta suck it in if you want me to get this zipper closed.
How am I supposed to breathe?
Brides don't breathe. Not if they want a waistline. And you know what they say about brides without waistlines.
You almost ready, Mom? Pretty sure this is the one.
Yep, let me have it.
Yes?
Oh, Jane. Oh, it's beautiful.
There's a veil we suggest with this model. Let me find it.
Thank you for doing this for me, Janie.
You don't hear me beefing, do you?
We stumble round this complicated world, a scary place where no one has the perfect book of rules. For getting through it, so afraid we've got it wrong, and somehow sure we're in it all alone, even as we're walking hand in hand.
Think about a moment in your life, a time when you were feeling like a frightened little kid. On a roller coaster, from the start you closed your eyes, and at the end you looked all lost and sad. You paid your money, took the ride, but missed the
You're halfway through another ride. Don't wait until the scary feelings pass. Just take a breath and open up your eyes right now.
You know, we've never been alone, Tom and me. Not from the first day we were married. It's a funny thing. But there were always other people around. So after all this time, something new. Tom and me. Alone. You know, this will always be your home.
This will never be my home. Who am I here? A familial person seeking a bit of comfort and warmth from someone else's hearth. Just an uncle.
Oh, Win.
But to Keith, that silly son of a bitch, I'm immediate family. The danger is that anyone can become an uncle, even in their own home, if they forget who they come to be with. Oh, don't look at me that way. I don't want to depend on another person any more than you. But we can stomp our feet till doomsday. The earth will not flatten out for us. So Aggie, my girl, what can we do? It seems the world's divided up in pairs. I used to think we took that Noah's Ark thing way too far. But now I think we're meant to be with someone else. Like a mirror, someone we can't fool. Who keeps us honest, knows us through and through.
Who? Tom?
I remember you and me as kids, the time we went to Coney Island, and I made you ride the roller coaster from the start. You closed your eyes, and at the end, you looked all lost and sad. You paid your money, took the ride, but missed the view. You're halfway through another ride. Don't wait until the scary feelings pass. Just take a breath and open up your eyes right now. Come have coffee with us.
I'll wait for Tom.
Good girl.
Tom Hurley, would you have me waiting for a bus while my only living daughter gets married? Now you will get in that car and drive me downtown, and that's that. Besides, I want to see the look on that Halloran's face when you arrive at City Hall in your very own taxi.
So easy to say, a simple I do, and all of life's questions are answered in you.
What good to remind me when I get again to be reassured again and again and again.
Please hear me when I tell you this, as sure as our first kiss. I'll never stop saying
I love you.
I've never heard them say the way they feel. As things progress, will we feel less? They never use those words that make love real. They won't go near the words as though they fear the words. But me, I must confess, I need to hear the words. Often to soften this doubtfulness. Please tell me, tickling my ear, for as long as it's sincere, don't ever stop saying I love you.
I love you.
Please give me every single day that 3-syllable bouquet. Don't ever stop saying I love you.
So much.
Actions speak louder, sure. Love can endure without being told. But I need reminding, yes, a verbal caress to keep out the cold.
Then you'll never
So
be
please,
cold.
more than I could ever count, then quadruple that amount. Don't ever stop saying I love you. Continue to go where your heart is leading you. I want you so that I don't mind needing you. Please, I've been out here on my own. Now make your feelings known. Don't ever stop saying I love you.
It's easy to say, it's easy to do. I've never loved anything like I love you.
But I need reminding, lots, no diamonds or yachts, just whispered forget-me-nots.
Please trust me any doubtful day to kiss your fears away. I'll never stop saying I love you.
Me again. It's always my fault. It's always how I've let you down. It's always you the saint, me the sinner. Me the miser, you the miser's wife. The disappointed one. Put out, ticked off, spoiling for a fight. Well, let me tell you, Aggie, you're no fancy bargain.
Oh, you got your money's
No,
worth.
your father got his money's worth in me. We always ate. The rent got paid. Day and night I worked my ass off and I stayed. 1,000 times I could have left, but I stayed. Even when you made me feel like dirt, I stayed. However much my pride got hurt, I stayed. One step ahead of the bills and banks, not like I ever got any thanks, but I stayed. No matter how rough things been with us, I stayed. When your sisters both moved in with us, I stayed. When your brother needed money for the store, I could have showed him to the door, but I loaned him money, then loaned him more, and forgave the debt. A fact you managed to forget when you give me hell for every mistake I made. And as your tally of my faults begins to mount, the one big thing that never ever seems to count is that I stayed. Of course I want to give my kid a wedding, but I think blowing 20 years of savings on one night isn't right. Is that a crime? Why can't you see my side of things this one time? I nearly had another piece of the medallion. I nearly made that dream come true. Maybe wanting it so much was being selfish, but I wanted it for you, to show you I could make a go, to prove I didn't need your father's dough. I stuck it out when times got tough, to show you I was good enough, to show you I deserved you, and to prove to you, ah, what's the use? Look around you, Aggie, everybody's leaving. In one way or another, they broke free. And the person you'll be living out your days with is me. What about me? I stayed. You say you're stuck in a loveless marriage. Well, I'm sorry you feel that way. But don't put words in my mouth.
You're late.
I stepped out seeking a tonic for my troubles, and may have gotten more than I bargained for.
My brother has always been the funny one. Mr. and Mrs. Halloran, this is my brother Winston.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Oh, the pleasure is mine, Mrs. Harrigan.
Mr. Halloran was just telling us all about his daughter's wedding.
Only immediate family.
Excuse me?
The kids will be inviting only immediate family. Well, that's what they said, but I know what they meant. I don't have to be hit in the head to see through to their true intent, to exclude a certain uncle just because his branch on the family tree is a wee bit bent.
Winston, have some fish.
Was there ever a truer gesture of familial love? Passing you a platter while they tell you you don't matter. Immediate family. Those folks you sometimes hate, but have to suck it up and tolerate. Immediate family. The ones who get to treat you bad because no matter what they do, you can bet you're stuck with them. And much to their obvious regret, they're stuck with you. Don't you agree, Mrs. Hannigan?
Could we discuss this later?
Yes, we could. But why put off till tomorrow what we've avoided until today? I never thought I'd live to see the day my own sister would turn her back on me this way. But I've seen lots of other families do it, so it's not like I'm a stranger to it. Keith, my business partner of almost 2 years, would bury his face in my lap. Oh, yes, he would. And soak my crotch with tears, because though they occasionally phoned him, his family had basically disowned him. And do you know why?
Oh, I'm sure I couldn't guess.
Well, of course you could, Mrs. Hooligan, but you would have had to have lived an entirely different life. No, you see, Keith, like me, is a confirmed bachelor uncle. And confirmed or not, bachelor uncles are apparently to be kept outside. Outside. Like the family dog.
You're not the only one. We're not inviting any aunts or uncles.
No aunts or uncles?
It'll just be immediate family.
You never said anything like
I
that.
told you that. I absolutely did right off.
Ridiculous.
Who has a wedding without relatives?
Aunt Thelma would be distraught. And what about Granny?
Oh, poor Granny.
It's our wedding and we'll do what we like.
Well, if you want to make us feel left out, why don't you just elope?
Don't tempt me.
Ralph Halloran!
Young man, we will talk about this at home.
Believe me, I feel for you, Mrs. Hassenpfeffer. I myself tried to avoid this den of domesticity and the ugliness beneath, to find a bit of comfort with the aforementioned Keith. But poisoned by wedding madness and envy of those with a spouse, he issued a demand that we keep house. He accused me of living here to avoid personal entanglements. Do you know what I told him? You're not as dumb as you look.
Well, I think I've had enough of this.
You, how about me? 50 years I've avoided cohabitalness, only to be derailed by this Niagara Falls Express. I told this silly son of a bitch the only house people like us get to keep is in the poof ward of a padded palace, period.
Can't you say something?
Winston, stop.
I have broken the vow of silence. It's straight to hell without supper for me. So if you will kindly remove your peas and posteriors, I will take to the cloistered confines of my secret shame.
Excuse me?
No, excuse me. That's my bed you're sitting on.
Oh, I had no idea. I'm so sorry.
My, but you're a breath of fresh air, Mrs. Homonym. I feel like I can tell you anything.
You can't.
Shall we? Immediate family can have such narrow minds you'd think their heads were up there behind them. Immediate family will let you know you don't belong in not so subtle little ways, and never let you forget that you are forever in their debt. But wait, I'm not nearly finished yet. Let's toast our fiancés and immediate family. When I think of the petty, annoying, disloyal immediate family I define, well, I'm not one to whine. So here's the bottom line. Though you say I'm not your immediate family, you are surely mine.
And your waist is not so slim. You'll still be with him. Oh, I had to have him, or I thought that I would die. What did that feel like? A girl has dreams, but a woman can only sigh at the fool she was. Shouldn't somebody have told me so? Shouldn't my father have told me no? Couldn't I just have let him go? But I made my bed the silent man, and a constant ache. It's the road I took, or the road took me. So you make the best, then you let it be. And he did stay, and he did say, "Don't put words in my mouth." You sure that's what you want? Getting married at City Hall, huh?
We're sure.
Because getting a good start, that's the trick of it. To make a good start. Jane.
Yeah, Ma?
Janie.
What?
It's a big thing. Getting married. You gotta look before you leap. You gotta pick somebody to keep, so that when his hair is mostly gone and your waist is not so slim, you'll still be with him.
Ma, I've known Ralph for over 2 years now.
I'm not saying you don't know him, and I'm not saying he don't care, but still you gotta prepare. 'Cause whether or not there's presents and rice and all that stuff, soon enough there's sacrifice. So it's not all roses and it's not about dreams come true. No matter what I wish for you, it's more about things you have to do, and you can't go throwing money around. I hope you got more than your pa and me, but even if you do, you can't go throwing it around, especially when the children come.
I'm not married, and you got me having children?
Go ask that friend in California. You'll have kids before you know it. Then your life won't be your own, even after they're grown. All the things you do without, all the nights you lie awake for your children's sake. So don't go thinking that it's all just one good time. Oh, there's some good times, but don't go thinking that it won't be an uphill climb, where you find yourself wondering how it ever got to be this way, wondering how you gotta last another day. Wait, that isn't really what I meant to say, no. It's a good thing getting married. It's the thing that people do. Now you found the fella for you. So you'll each wear a groove in your side of the bed, each learn to ignore things the other one said, and you'll smile when you think about the day you were wed.
Is that all?
I guess.
You're not gonna tell me about the birds and the bees?
Don't be fresh. And don't go thinking that's the whole thing, because it's not. Oh, it's important. It's just after a while, it's not that important.
You won't forget to talk to Uncle Win, will ya?
Jane. It's a big thing getting married.
I'll come home as early as I can to help with dinner.
How about that, Tom? Our daughter getting married. I always thought the boy would be first. I thought maybe he'd meet a girl over there and bring her home and surprise us all. Then we got that call. At least Janie will be settled with a family of her own. Sure would be nice to give her a wedding, to start her off right with a fancy party that lasts all She says she doesn't want it, and I'm not gonna fight. She's got a good head on her shoulders, and if she doesn't want all the fuss, then I guess they'll start out like us. I warned her about what's down the pike. Oh, I set her straight, told her what it was like. To be married.
Ah, who's the mouse the cats are clawing at today?
I've got some wonderful news. Tie your shoe before you trip and break your neck.
What's your news?
Janie and Ralph are getting married.
Really?
What kind of reaction is that? The first good news and I don't know how long, and Tom says that's nice, and you say, really?
No, it's wonderful news. Really? Just took me by surprise is all. Is the girl here?
She's at work.
Well, we'll give them such a party. They'll be drunken cousins throwing up catered dinners from here to the Grand Concourse.
But see, it's not that simple. They've got to get married Thursday morning.
Hey, how about that place that John rented for his Caroline's wedding? He's always bragging on about how much he spent on that. We'll take that room plus the room next door just for the champagne toast. That'll shut him up for once. And I'm paying for the whole, no arguments. You just leave it all to me.
It's not going to be like that. They're just having a small civil ceremony in the morning, and then they're off on their honeymoon.
Now, why would they get married like that?
Because it's what they want. And there are other complications. There's a friend who's getting married with a baby and a car and a U-Haul full of furniture in West Coast relations. City Hall and a clerk, only 3 weeks off from work, so there's time limitations.
Stop addressing Congress. What are you trying to say?
Here's the thing, Winston. Did you tie your shoe? They don't want any fuss. Janie made that clear. Just immediate family plus her friend Alice, whose wedding she was in last year. They want to keep it small. You know how it goes. You invite one uncle, and you have to ask them all. Then the cousins and the friends and the neighbors and their dates, and the list grows and grows.
I'm not invited.
You're not listening to me. They have to leave by Thursday afternoon, or there won't be time for them to have their honeymoon. So they have to do it quick. And
I'm not to be considered immediate family.
I wasn't one of those silly little girls, those perfect pink and frilly little girls who long to wear makeup, just aching to cake up their pores. Makeup still bores me. I never mooned over bridal magazines or sappy wedding scenes I saw on movie screens. And I might as well fess up, I never played dress up and such. So why am I enjoying this so much? Who would imagine that one white dress could totally spin my head around? I wouldn't be an emotional mess over any other dress I found. I've never been one for shopping till I drop, or squeezing into outfits tight enough to pop. And primping, I hate to, I usually can't wait to be done. But I have to admit, this is fun. What is happening to me? I've been sensible all my life. Maybe I need this little spree before I'm somebody sensible,
Practical,
serious,
and eventually tired old
worn out wife. So I'll do those strange things that everybody does, acting like the fool I never thought I was. Pa will throw some old tux on and spend lots of bucks on the show. It really sounds crazy, I know. Who would imagine that one white dress could easily shove all sense aside, fill up a room with happiness, and turn a practical, rational, serious, plain Jane ordinary girl into a giddy bride.
We've never been kind to her, Tom. We always treated her cold. I'll never forgive myself for that. We always favored the boy. We did, Tom, God rest his soul. We always treated him good, gave him whatever we could, but not the girl. She never asked for much because we taught her not to expect too much. Our only daughter. We managed to send him to school, though he never wanted to go. Dropped out, joined up, and off he flew. She had her college picked out, but that was when business got slow. We couldn't give her a dime. She had to start working full-time to help us through. She never asked for more because life taught her that there was nothing more for our only daughter. We gave him all that we had, and what is there left? A flag and some medals to throw in a drawer. You say this check is our future, but that's not the truth. I say your kids are your future, and though there's no way we can buy back her youth, we can still give her one perfect day to remember us for. Please, let's give her this one thing, Tom. One thing that's special for her. One thing she'll smile about all of her days. A beautiful catered affair with friends and family around. A big satin photo book she can look at when times get bad. Think of her mom and her dad, and the only bit of joy we ever brought her, our one remaining child, our little
Hey, Tom, you got a minute?
Go on, Aggie. I'll be right in. Thanks for bringing the cab out to get us.
Sure. I drove your shift last night. I wasn't planning on working a double. So, how you doing?
It's been 3 months. Still hard to get my brain wrapped around.
Oh, sure. It's tough stuff. Here's something might cheer you up. I didn't want to say nothing in front of the missus. Your business is your business. Pasternak is selling his share of the cab. She's all ours.
The cab's all ours.
That's what I'm saying. So what's the matter?
It's just that the three of us been owning that hack together.
You're 26 years.
Pasternak's retiring.
Yeah, he's tired.
Who ain't?
So, what's with the long puss?
You don't want to marry me?
Of course I do. You know I do. This is just a little out of nowhere.
Actually, I've been thinking about it for a couple of days.
Days. Well, glad to know you're not rushing into anything.
Would you listen? You know that my friend Kelly is getting married and moving out to California to go live with the folks, right?
Since she's 4 months pregnant, it's none too soon.
Exactly why they're flying. Problem is, there's only so much they can take on the plane, and then they got their car to consider. So, they need to hire someone they can trust to drive the car and stuff to California.
You mean you want us to drive
Who's
the car?
more trustworthy than us? It's perfect. First stop, City Hall for a $10 wedding, and then we're off on a California honeymoon. All expenses paid. Kid, you're marrying a genius.
Seems awful sudden is all.
Any less sudden, we'd be retiring along with him.
Finally, our own cab, 50-50.
Partners,
Just like that.
sitting in the bleachers, now we're up to bat.
Can't help feeling like a horse I picked came through.
We're getting married. Imagine us, partners.
A team for life.
Can't believe you're ready to become my wife.
Guess you wait long enough, a dream just may come true.
And I finally get to be partners with you.
But no big wedding, no big fuss. Nobody there but the clerk and us. No one to satisfy, no one to please, and no catastrophes. Every wedding I attend, there's a fight scene before the end. Somebody's drunk and somebody's nose gets out of joint. What's the point? The point is partners, quick and neat. Sign a piece of paper and the deal's complete.
How romantic.
It's a merger, cut and dry. I don't mean to sound heartless.
He don't mean to sound heartless, but Pasternak said they send you dough when your kid gets killed in action. So he figures if he sells his share, now we can buy her, and he can retire. We'll get a third more money for a third more work, a third more sanity without that jerk, a third more profit if we ever cash her in. It's win, win, win.
So you're saying I should use the money the government sends us for losing our kid? I haven't even got it yet.
Hey, if you can't trust your Uncle Sam. Meantime, all Pasternak wants is a deposit.
Still, that's an awful lot of money. Plus all our savings.
Which you've been saving for what?
Can you come by tomorrow for the check? Give me some time to break it to Aggie. She's not the kind of woman you spring stuff on.
You think this is gonna take some explaining?
A lot of explaining. You know my folks. They're gonna want to make a big affair like they did for both of my sisters.
And there's the beauty part. No time. We're not on our schedule. We're not on their schedule. We're on Kelly's schedule.
And suddenly I see a big improvement in our occupation.
Suddenly a shiny little ring for me to grab.
All we have to do is take advantage of the situation.
A windfall blows.
Kelly's belly grows.
A quickie wedding and a free vacation.
We'll be partners, almost there.
Feel like any moment I can walk on air.
Guess if you're lucky, 1 and 1 makes more than 2.
You and me, partners, ain't it grand?
We bet all the chips on a winning hand. And it's even sweeter cause it's so long overdue.
Ralph and me are getting married.
Well, that's very nice, Jane.
It's all decided, Ralph and me, we got this friend who's getting married. And they're moving to a folks in California.
That's nice.
They're getting married right away. She's already 4 months gone. They can't wait another day.
Who?
Kelly, from work. You don't know her. So they're flying out to California.
This friend.
Right. But they got this car and they need to get it out there soon. And Ralph and me figure we could drive it out for them, make the trip a honeymoon.
So
we had to do it quick. Drive cross country, get a tan, buy a motel swimming pool, and fly back here in time for Ralph to teach summer school.
Tom, your daughter's getting married.
Do I look deaf? Janie, that's very nice.
But there won't be any fuss. Really want to make that clear. Just immediate family and us, and Alice as my matron of honor. Since I was hers last year, we'll meet at City Hall Thursday, 10 a.m. We'll get married by the clerk. It won't take any time at all.
Not Father Murphy.
There's no time for a church wedding, Ma. Gotta get the car out to them. And I'm only taking 3 weeks off from work, but we'll go talk to Father Murphy, I promise. And we'll have to invite his folks for dinner.
Father Murphy's?
Ralph's, Mr. and Mrs. Halloran.
Can I get the salt?
I know it's kind of short notice, but how about tonight?
I'm going to market anyway.
Tonight all right with you, Pa?
That's fine, Janie.
I'll tell Ralph to bring his folks by around 7. Nothing fancy. A simple family meal. I'll pick up some wine, and I mean it about the wedding. We don't want a big ordeal. The civil ceremony will do fine. Then Ralph and me, the handsome groom and the blushing bride, will be off on a little cross-country ride.
Aggie, what kind of arrangements would you like?
Oh, no, you're doing fine, Win.
No, this is your party,
No,
sis.
I've never been any good at this, really.
Close your eyes.
What?
Close your eyes. Do it. All right. Now I want you to picture Janie in that wedding dress you just told me about. Have you got it?
Yes.
It's the big day. 200 guests fill the main hall. Suddenly the room goes all hushed as Janie appears, a princess in her bridal gown, surrounded by garlands of flowers. Can you see it?
Yes.
What color are the flowers?
Pink. No. Peach. No. Apricot blossoms, just like the ones on her veil. Apricot blossoms, set off with baby's breath and white roses.
Lovely.
Apricot and white ribbons hanging everywhere.
Can do.
And freesia. I've always loved the scent of freesia.
Lavender freesia.
That will be extra.
Extra what?
There's candlelight. White candles tied with pastel bows and tall silver sticks.
Now I want you to look into the dining room and see the tables. What color are the cloths?
White. Crisp, starched white.
Underskirted in lavender. And the napkins.
Apricot set on simple white china with one white rose at each place, and the guest names printed, no, written in a beautiful hand on white cards with the word welcome above each.
She's got a knack.
And the cake. Tell me about the cake.
Oh, the cake is so elegant. The cake is white. White cake with apricot, cream filling 3 tiers.
With the little bride and groom on the top.
No, there's only one bride in the room. And that's I, Janie. The cake is dripping in icing flowers. Flowers that match your wedding bouquet.
And the music.
And the music won't ever stop. Not from the moment you walk through the door. It fills the room like a concert hall, Cinderella's ball. Swirling and spinning a magical spin that will make you forget all your worries. Everything's golden, nothing goes wrong inside this song, in this candlelight, on this perfect night. And then there they are, the impossibly beautiful pair. Just to look at them makes you ache, to care like they care, to feel what they feel, and believe that it's real. This is what getting married should be. Look, he's taking her hand as they float down the stairs for their dance to a different song. Even more heartbreaking, even more full of romance. And you know from now on, if you ever should hear that sweet song, you'll remember this husband and wife, the lovely young girl in her wedding gown and her flower crown, gliding across the floor in the arms of the man who adores her, the man she'll adore for the rest of her life.
Dolores, come to the window! What's wrong? Oh, hold on, I gotta catch my breath. I ran all the way from the fishmonger.
I heard you all the way from the bedroom. What did I miss?
What happened at the fishmonger?
How should I know what happened at the fishmonger? I was in the bedroom.
Well, you two just listen. You'll never guess who's getting married and why. Grace Kelly, because she's tired of Hollywood.
You're a panic, you are.
Tell us already. Aggie's girl, Janie. To the one with the glasses. That's what I heard.
Do you think the father caught them upstairs?
Maybe, but it might be something more than that. I've been thinking Janie looks a little fat.
Maybe she just likes to eat.
Or maybe we'll soon hear the patter of little feet.
You suppose?
No, that's how rumors get started.
It's not a rumor. I heard it at the fishmonger.
You know what I'm gonna do for you kids? We got this listing, just came in. A floor-through in the lower slope, 2 bedrooms, kitchen all redone. Fine, but will I show it? Nope. I'm putting your names on the lease, and for the first whole year I'll pay your rent and all utilities, my wedding present to you. No, it's the least I can do. Expensive, yes, I must confess, but you can't put a price on your children's happiness. A wedding is no place for coupon clippers. Right, Hurley? Our girls,
should have seen
their wedding's unbelievable. Wore my checkbook down to the bone.
The food
The
was
appetizer table alone.
so much caviar.
Beluga, of course,
Moaning.
which cost about 2 months of what your rent will be. Worth every penny.
So beautiful.
Their beaming faces
Tears of joy.
and fond embraces.
We give
the
them.
best and nothing less.
You know you can't put a price on your children's happiness.
Well, we thought we'd give the kids a present of a check. Let them do what it is they want.
Why isn't that practical?
$5,000.
5?
So Ralph and Jane are saying
they don't want a big affair, but who'd complain to find a fancy hall and several hundred people waiting there? From the moment I discovered that our daughters were engaged, I was burning up the phone lines like a war was being waged, and their dreams were all exceeded in the weddings that I staged. After all, you're only flesh and blood, deserve things in excess, and the special day is worth the huge expenses and the stress. So whether they want a fuss or not, the answer